Welcome back once again to CBSE Board Economics. Today we discuss about suggest a few measures to remove poverty in India. What measures you would be suggesting to remove poverty from India? So the first measure is economic growth, acceleration of economic growth. So in this, the country can have more industries. They can start it in industries in rural areas so that people get employment opportunities there. We can remove poverty. And the second one, reducing inequalities of income. So we should not allow rich becoming rich and poor becoming poor. The GDP should be equitably distributed. And the next one, you have population control. The main reason for poverty in India is population. So if we control the population, then automatically we can control the poverty. The next one, you have agricultural development. So it's difficult for poor people in villages to get employment because they have no industries there. So let's develop agriculture. And more employment opportunities, the government can provide more employment opportunities. And the last one, you have land reforms. So in land reforms, we can take land from big landlords and give it to the poor farmers so that they get employed and we can remove poverty. See, let's say, suggest a few measures to remove poverty in India. Measures to remove poverty, number one, acceleration of economic growth. The first and foremost measure needed to eradicate poverty is acceleration measure. Is accelerating the rate of economic growth. Under this, you have fast economic growth automatically improve the economic conditions of the people and reduce the incidence of poverty because people get employment. A fast growing economy produces increasingly larger amount of goods and services, provides greater employment opportunities and generates higher incomes. And the second major point is reducing inequalities of income. Accelerating economic growth is necessary but not a sufficient condition for eradication of poverty. Under this, you have, if the high growth rate is accompanied with increased inequalities of income, then fruits of economic growth or development will accrue only to the rich sections, whereas the poor will grow in numbers. Thus, inequalities must be reduced if development is to benefit the poor. What it means, we said the first point, accelerating economic growth. Okay, fine, we're accelerating the economic growth, GDP is increasing. But what is the point if the entire GDP is going in the hands of few rich people? The poor becomes poorer. So we should see that we should reduce the inequalities of income. That the benefits of GDP should go to the poor people. Population control, high growth rate of population, especially among the poor people, is one of the important factors responsible for poverty. In order to remove poverty, it is very essential that population rate be checked. Poverty can be removed to a greater extent if we intensify family planning campaign. And the fourth point, agricultural development. The development of agriculture has been an essential part of economic planning since 1951. Eradication of mass poverty in rural areas is possible only due emphasis is given for agricultural development as India's large proportion of population depends on the agricultural sector. So there is a serious need to enhance the agricultural production and productivity. Government should take steps to make provisions for financial assistance to small and marginal farmers, high yielding varieties of seeds, irrigation facilities, fertilizers, etc. So when the government provides all these facilities to the marginalized or poor farmers, they need not migrate to the cities in search of jobs and we can remove poverty. More employment opportunities, poverty can be eliminated by providing more employment opportunities so that people are able to meet their basic needs. For this purpose, labor-intensive techniques should be promoted, and small-scale industries and construction activities should be encouraged in rural areas for generation of employment. So, and the next one, you have Educational facilities should be more diversified, and a sustained program of training is necessary to develop skills among the educated unemployed through special training or opportunities. This is the apprentice courses. Now the last one, land reforms. This is also a significant measure for the removal of poverty by the imposition of ceiling on land holdings and their effective implementation. A good amount of land can be acquired to be distributed among the landless laborers. On obtaining land, the landless labor will be able to employ themselves and will produce subsistence for themselves. So what we discussed about is, to sum it up, how to remove poverty in India. Number one is acceleration of economic growth. Here we can achieve economic growth through employing or by opening up more industries. So when more industries are opened up, automatically the employment will go up and the poverty will come down. And the second point, reducing inequalities of income. If there is acceleration of economic growth and more industries open it up, but if the benefits are not reaped by the poor people, and rich becomes richer and the poor becomes poorer, so if there's no trickling effect of the increase in GDP, it's of no use. And population control is one of the major causes for poverty in India. We should have family planning measures to reduce population so that we can remove poverty. Agricultural development, and government should see that poor farmers should be given fertilizers, insecticides, high yielding variety of seeds. They should be given small land holdings so that they get employment instead of migrating cities, and their condition will improve. And more employment opportunities, the government should take up all kinds of construction activities and provide employment to the poor people in villages, in rural areas. And land reforms means taking land from very big and rich landlords and distributing among the poor farmers so that they can take care of it and they produce more and we can remove unemployment. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, share and like our videos. Till we meet next time, goodbye guys. Bye bye.